Where's the money, David? Where's the money?
The Uber driver.
Are you going to pick me up?
Absolutely not.
Oh, there you go. Why would I book it?
The accountant.
George, just stop and have a chat, mate.
And the missing $14 million.
Just man up and give them an explanation.
Everyday Aussies taken to the cleaners.
They've caused a whole world of pain for a lot of people.
While authorities do nothing.
And poof, and it disappears. What's the law there?
It could be one of Australia's biggest Ponzi scheme scandals.
Now that should raise eyebrows.
And someone's dirty laundry is about to come out in the wash. With cold power, huh? George, just stop and have a chat.
You know, my car.
If you
Thank you very much. Seriously.
I am serious, David.
In the shadows of the Blue Mountains west of Sydney, an Uber driver is on the move. Behind the wheel is David Cartwright. It might not look like it, but Cartwright's own liquidator thinks he's the mastermind behind a massive Ponzi scheme.
Ponzi scheme operators, as soon as it comes out what their scheme is actually doing, they tend to disappear. They don't want anyone to find them, they don't want people to find their assets, and they don't want to be sued.
Cartwright's accused of taking mum and dad investors for a ride. Nearly $14 million has vanished.
Ready? Sit.
Cartwright had also made himself scarce, but we found him.
Going somewhere, Mr. Cartwright. Hi, Steve Marshall from the Current Affair. I'd like to talk to you about a missing $13.9 million. Could you explain where that money's gone?
I'll have to cancel, sorry guys.
This bloke's investment scheme promised riches, but delivered rags. It went belly up in 2019, swallowing millions.
I hope he likes driving. Otherwise you would ask yourself, well, where has that money gone?
Jan Spinder's late father-in-law, Terry, tipped nearly $600,000 into Cartwright's investment scheme to safeguard his kids' financial future.
And those plans of my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, they've been pretty much destroyed through the actions of some greedy people.
13.9 million of mum and dad's super. Why are you filming us? Is this one for your record books?
David Cartwright was a director of a group of companies under the banner of General Cash Orders. GCO offered 6.5% returns on investments. Most of the $13.9 million garnered from investors was transferred from GCO to another company, Quambi. Cartwright was the sole director of Quambi. The liquidator thinks Cartwright was operating a Ponzi scheme.
There were never any financial resources available for client funds to be repaid in full.
The liquidator believed Cartwright used the Quambi bank account as a personal slush fund that he plundered for himself and his family. And if the liquidator thinks that, it raises some serious questions.
These people deserve answers, David. David, a personal slush fund. Where's the money? Have you been spending money on your relatives? David, these people, I can leave you alone, but I'm going to be there again tomorrow. You may as well give me some answers now, sir.
The fact that a liquidator has come down on Mr. Cartwright, saying it's a Ponzi scheme, shows that they went through the books and determined this is nothing more than a scheme to fund his own lifestyle.
Webster's lawyer's partner, Andrew Carpenter, has read the liquidator's report. This is his own damning opinion.
The company was clearly set up as a web of lies in order to dupe people into investing with them.
David, what are you doing driving Ubers? There's a lot of money swishing around that's gone missing. Where is it? David, where is it? Come on, David.
$600,000 is a significant amount of money that you can give kids a good start in life. That kind of money hurts a lot.
Whether it's a Ponzi scheme or not, whatever went down here has inflicted damage on families right across Australia. Many victims tipped their self-managed super into the scheme, with one person losing $1.3 million. And they say David Cartwright wasn't acting alone.
George Saab, Steve Marshall from the Current Affair.
Most of the investors were clients of cold power cradling accountant George Saab.
The money went to General Cash Orders, George.
Yes,
Can you talk to me about this?
I don't know anything about General Cash Orders.
But George Saab can't remove the stain of his name being linked to the defunct General Cash Orders investment scheme. Saab and Cartwright were in several businesses together since 2005, including Cartwright Brown and Company. Both men were directors of CBC Proactive Accounting and Business Solutions, where many of the victims were clients. CBC was registered to the same address as the GCO investment scheme. It was inside this building in Campsie in southwest Sydney where what could be one of Australia's biggest Ponzi schemes apparently thrived. 2 months ago, the office still bore the CBC sign. Now, it's gone, much like the people who worked here. Several victims claim their accountant, George Saab, encouraged them to invest in the GCO scheme.
It was not a publicly advertised investment scheme. So where is the separation between the financial advice and the accounting principles? And there's just too much overlap.
Saab denies it was a case of rinse and repeat advising his clients to invest in GCO. He claims he had no knowledge of the inner workings of the investment scheme, despite both men appearing to share the same office.
Yeah, honestly, I've got to get to work.
Surely you're not doing some money laundering, George? With coal power, huh?
Jokes aside, with $14 million gone, you'd think this isn't the time for George to keep his powder dry. Saab said certain claims made to the liquidator regarding alleged loans to his associated entities are patently untrue. He claims he's also a victim, losing $400,000 in the scheme. Yet this loss hasn't put a dent in George Saab's comfortable lifestyle. He lives in a $4 million home with river views, and he still runs the CBC accountancy firm, which has been renamed Saab Tees.
What about your clients? These are mum and dad investors, George. Superannuation. George is blaming you. At least, if it's George's fault, tell me. If it's George's fault, tell me. Where's the money?
I'd like to hear their story. And I'd like them to answer for it as well.
George, surely you owe your clients an explanation. David, these people deserve better answers than this. Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the money, David? Where's the money?
Leaked emails to lawyers detail how Cartwright wanted to trigger a class action against Saab's and his own firm.
The liability will hopefully reside with the accounting practice which introduced all affected clients to GCO.
Pretty hard to believe both the accountancy side, and it's hard to believe the investment side when there is such a black and white conclusion being put forward by the liquidator.
Cartwright and Saab insist they've been cleared by ASIC and the matter is closed. But the corporate watchdog told us the investigation remains very much open. Our interest triggered a fresh call to anybody with new and detailed information to come forward and assist further inquiries.
$13.9 million has gone missing, David. Do you have an explanation? That's all I'm asking. And I'm happy to do this on your video too.
Do you understand defamation, stalking, intimidation? You've had people following me since last week.
I think there might be other people following you, David, given the amount of money involved.
That money is gone, the life savings are gone, and now they cannot retire. That should trigger some kind of remorse, you would think.
Did you treat this bank account like a personal slush fund?
Where's the cat in my car?
You're not denying it.
Yeah,
just deny it. If you didn't, say no.
Yeah, my car. Thank you very much. Seriously.
So, as David Cartwright cuts and runs, the former bankrupt leaves another 2 unhappy clients in the dust.
That was your ride? Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Look, I'll buy your next ride, okay? I'll get your next ride.